Hello, good evening. It's an exciting one today. We are going to be looking at our August monthly make box. So hopefully if you've subscribed, you'll have got your monthly make box through the post. So for those of you who don't know what our monthly make is, it is a monthly subscription box. If you you need to be signed up by the last day of the previous month to get it. So to get August box, can't say these tongue twisters, you needed to have signed up before the 31st of midnight on the 31st of July. So that's it. So all you lucky people have got your August box, and I'm hearing good things so far. Now, oh, there we go, I'm missing out on comments again. Hi Grace, hi Pauline, hi Tracy, hi Sean. Oh, congratulations Pauline, you are our lucky challenge winner this week, so congratulations to Pauline. So yeah, exciting. We have got it's quite a fab box, and a big shout out to my mum. I know a lot of you have been wondering where her samples have been, but she actually hurt her wrist a while ago, but she's back crafting. So I have actually got a massive stack of samples today to show you some wonderful ideas, and of course my mum being mum, she's come up with a bit of a weird way of using this month's box. So I'm going to stop rabbiting, and we're going to move over and have a look at what's in the box. I feel like that old TV show, Who Lives Behind This Door? I think I say that every month, don't I? So apologies. Oh, and apologies again. Facebook seems to be playing up on comments. So hi Alice, I'm getting different ones every time I log in. Hi Zena. Oh, yours hasn't turned up yet. Naughty box. Oh, thanks Sean. Hi Helen. Wonderful. Right, so it looks like one of those days where Facebook comments don't want to play, but we'll get there. I've got a lopsided table and a lopsided computer tonight. I'm having a lopsided day. Right, drum roll time. So I'm going to keep ducking in and out, I think, on Facebook. So do leave your comments, because I will get them, whether it's now or a little bit later on. So should we go for it? It is fun this month, I think. So as always, you should have your little newsletter telling you all exciting things in there, and a bit of a confession. You'll see in a minute why I had to make a confession this month. You will then, I love opening these boxes. I know, even though I packed them, I still love opening them. There we go. So you, as always, get your little contents card. It tells you what should be in your box. If you've got anything missing out of that, do let me know. So this month it's saying you should have a flower darla, a mini sayings, which is imperfection, and oh, that's on there twice. Shows how good I was at checking stuff this month. And another one, your great saying as well. You will have a discount code in there as well. That yours will all be completed. It is now working. Whoops, don't ask. It is now working. Oh, hi mum. And then in there you've got your two sayings, your big, can't get it out of the box, your big stamp set. Doesn't look very big there, but it is, it's a lot bigger. And then your super sized pencil, which is what I needed to apologise for, because I actually thought it was a normal sized pencil, but it's not, it's a huge one. So let's move this box out of the way. I should really learn to read descriptions and check things when they arrive. So that has been my lesson this month. Oh, hi Noala, hi Susie. Yeah. See, bobbing in and out for comments again tonight. So, contents card, we've gone through that. You should have your discount code in there. You'll have your two sayings. I love both of these things. I can't decide which is my favourite. So your first one is imperfection is beautiful, because it is. Nothing we do here at Crafty Root has got to be perfect. Yeah. So really like that one. And then your second saying is don't be afraid to be great, because I think sometimes when we're crafting we do, it's almost that fear of starting, isn't it? Fear of starting your next project. So I like that one. Not quite sure which is my favourite out of those two. Evening Nicola. But I do. yeah, tough to choose my favourite between those two. And then we have got our giant, I've called it a flower dollar. I didn't want to do a mandala because everybody does them. So I wanted a flower. You might recognise it. It was in our advent calendar. It was the corner flower, and this time it's just gone a bit bigger, quite a bit bigger, and it's got some added details into it. So if I turn this over, you can see, if I put my hand there, that is the size of your flower dollar. It is huge, yeah, but it's great to work with as well. So you get that one, you get a smaller version of him, which is actually, if you've noticed, it's not quite circular, it's a little bit square. So it's actually great for pattern building, that one. I'll show you some of the samples in a minute. You get a leaf, which actually to me looks a bit like a lily pad. Yeah, your little one, and then you get these lovely little embellishments as well. And my idea was to build up, to build it up basically, and just use those to come out of it. And I haven't actually done a sample like that, so you can see I got inspired in other ways. So this is what is in this month's box. You get your big set, your flower dollar. Again, it's a huge stamp, and then you get your two little sayings. So imperfection is beautiful, not beautiful, and don't be afraid to be great. I always feel like Tony the Tiger when you say great as well. Your discount card and your contents. So that is what was in the box. That's not really, oh, and your giant size super pencil. You're not going to lose that in a hurry, are you? Right. So what you really want to know is some inspiration. So let me move this giant pile over here. And we'll get playing. No, we'll get looking. So this one is basically just coloured in using alcohol inks. You'll notice as well, if I lift that up, I have added some extra details, some extra dots in there as well, because you know it's me. I can't not use my white gel pen. And then I've just used my little flourish to stamp around the edges. I was looking for some gems to stick in the corner, but I've still not found them. Didn't get to my embellishment box. So that's the first one. Let me just pop back in. One second. So really simple to do. I was actually thinking it'd make quite a nice Christmas card, that one as well, if you did it in different like shades of red. Could be quite a nice one. There we go. There's that one. Then you've got one of Mum's. You can always tell Mum's the colour palette. But look, this bit here is really interesting what she's done. I don't know if I can quite pick it up. There you go. So she used the mini leaf and then did the larger flourishes coming out the edges, and it looks a bit like, it's almost like a cat's nose, but it's also quite a nice little frame she's built up around the edge. Really quite cool. And then you've got your larger leaf down the side, and then she's chosen imperfection is beautiful, because I love that saying. Oh, that's two, the same one. Evening Sue. So beautiful one from Mum there. Good to have her back. And then this is one of mine. As you can see, I've embossed mine and I've just coloured it in. I love that sheen to it. So on craft card, embossed in gold, coloured in pink, and I've used my little white pen all around the edges. I've used the large flourish, and if you notice, I've just overlapped it at the bottom to make it into a corner. Really simple to do. I'm loving the sheen on that one. And again, we've used that imperfection is beautiful. I have used the other one, I promise. But it's really simple. So just craft card and cream card, not white, cream card on that one. Again, really simple. But I do think they look quite effective. And you could also, decoupage it as well. This one's one of Mum's. Now you can see she's been having a bit of fun here. She's made her own little caterpillar out of those bigger leaves. These lily pad leaves almost. And then she's just put the don't be afraid to be great around here, and you can see she's used the different size flourishes to make that kind of grass effect behind it. Really unusual, really cool. And she's actually used Brusho for a caterpillar there. Oh, and the little ones for his feet. How cool is that? Does look good, doesn't it? Oh, thanks, Helen. Right, we're going on a bit of a foliage, that's how you say it, isn't it? Foliage theme at the moment. So I've just created a background on this one using the leaves and a little flourish. again, really simple. Of course, gone in with my gel pen as well, so you can see those little dots in the spots. Because if you've got a dot, it needs a spot of white, doesn't it? And then just literally tied it in with a little bit of card, and that again, that saying on that one. So really simple, but I actually quite like that one. It has made me want to draw a frog though. Don't know why. I should have actually looked at the sentiments on these ones. Another Imperfection is Beautiful. This one's from Mum, so you can see, wonderful. There's all different ways you can use these little flourishes around your edges. And you'll notice as well, it all ties into, do you remember, I'm trying to think what month it was, when we had the corner, if you look, you've got those wiggly lines again, so you could use the blank corner from your flower corner one we had, I think it was November, I want to say November, I think it was. And then she's just done a bit of a pattern using those beautiful leaves again. So you've got grey on white, black on grey, and then white on black. Really quite stunning, that one, isn't it? Again, just those little flourishes all around. There's lots to look at on that one, isn't there? Right, next one. Let me just bob in and out for comments again. Thanks, Nicola. You mean in Mum's caterpillar? I do quite like the caterpillar. Right, the next one. Really simple one here from me, and I think we might do something like this tonight, but on a grander scale. Bit of a pick up in the background, and then I've just stamped our flower darler on there. And can you see I've just used, there's a dot, so it needs glossy accent, doesn't it? Bit of glossy accent on our dots. There we go, you can just about see them. And then we've got the Don't Be Afraid to Be Great. Really simple, really quick to do that one. The longest time is using your heat gun to dry that one off. So there's that one. Next up, I tell you, we have got, there you go, I got it right, yes, November. They all, because I work, I'm probably, where am I at the moment? I can't even remember where I'm at. I'm always a few months ahead and behind, if that makes sense. Right, so this one, another one of Mum's, lovely DL. I know we don't celebrate DL cards enough, do we? So got that lovely little stamp this time. You can see she stamped it in the background, she's decoupaged it up, and then she's got her lovely big leaves, or lily pads as I'm now starting to call them a bit too much. And then can you see here, she's just used the corner of it, which got me thinking again, you could use your mini corner to frame some of these beautiful sentiments. So you can see how it all starts to link in together. Yeah, wonderful, that one. So pretty. Right, next up, I was talking about pattern building before. You can tell I've had my gold embossing powder out, haven't I? Or it must have been out at this point. So craft card, white pencil, gold embossing powder. Nothing more complex than that. But this one, this little one especially, is really great for your pattern building. Oh, hi Violet, hi Kay. Again, apologies if I'm missing your comments. It's not intentional, I'm not ignoring you, it's just Facebook has been playing up these last few weeks on comments. So basically, pattern build, start with one in centre and then just build it out. And I've just coloured it in using our super duper giant pencil. And then, because we've only got craft card, all I've done is craft card on white. And I actually think that looks quite effective, just having the white to mount onto. So craft card, gold embossing powder and white. That is all we've used on that one. Another one from Mum. She's been very creative this month. She's come back with a bit of a bang, I must say. Look, she's created her own, I want to say lily, not lily, you know, like a pond lily. Looks really cool, doesn't it? So she's used that really big flower leaf. I'm getting there. She popped one at the bottom, you can just see it there, and then she's used them to create the petals. She used the smaller ones to create like a vine effect, and then the flourish in the background. Really cool, isn't it? And she's actually been, I was going to say she's been a bit nifty there and masked off. She hasn't, she's actually overstamped it. See, there's no getting past anything on me, Mum. Right, Really cool that one though, isn't it? So Brusho background, and then she looks like she's coloured them in. Really cool. Do love that one. Just give you an idea for a flower, doesn't it though? Right, next up, I've been pattern building again. So I do love this little one for pattern building. Now, I have cheated. The colour in the background of this one is actually, you know, the solid stamp from last month. So literally coloured it in, a couple of distressed inks, splattered it on there, and then just over stamped it. Then can you see in the centre? Oh, you can't see in the centre. A bit of glossy accents on there. Really simple, quite fun. Do you think this one will be quite a nice one, kind of autumn time, you know, like sunflowers and things like that? Do you think this is going to be quite a good fun one? So again, just pattern building, random pattern building, is that what we should call it? But I like that one. Big, bright and fun. Next up, it's got, next to her mum's, we've got beautiful little pocket she's created using that little stamp. And if you notice, she's now created backgrounds. Oh, she put a little tag on there saying Crafty Roo. I didn't notice that the first time. It's the small things and it's the small details that make you keep going back to cards. So we've got a lovely patterned background, pocket with that detail on there, and then you've just got the sentiments in your pocket. But again, really cool, quick idea. Not quick. Quirky idea, I think is the word I was looking for. And then finally, I'm just going to jump back out again, won't be a second. We've got a bigger one where she's really gone to town on this one. So she's embraced her craft card. That's all I see when I look at these stamps. I think craft card. There we go. So she has actually decoupaged this one up. She's taken the time to cut them out. Use those lovely big flowers. Again, created some lovely effects. I don't know, you can quite see at the bottom here. Just different ways of positioning those little flourish stamps. Wonderful little details. Saying on there, don't be afraid to be great. Again, not sure. You have to let me know which is your favourite. Saying out the two. And then just stamp that little flower in the background on that saying. Don't know if it's quite coming through. There we go. It is now. Wonderful, isn't it? But that to me is just a giant fun sunflower. Wonderful, wonderful. Love it. I want to say she's done that in Brusho. Painted that in Brusho. She could have done. Anyway, right, popping that one up on there. And then finally, like she always used to do, some lovely little ATCs. Look at that one. Love that little flower head. I forgot we're a bit more zoomed out today. Look, she's even made a teeny tiny caterpillar. Hey, Vaughn. Yeah, look at that tiny caterpillar. How cute is that? We can't call them any names though, can we? And we've just got that beautiful flower again, and then she's just taken the grey off the stamp set. And then look at this one. How cool's that one? Just used the little, I keep saying lily pad, it's not a lily pad, is it? Little leaf. To create her own little flowers in the background. So that is cute. Little caterpillars. Really sweet. Right, so I'm going to quickly whip through them again. Well, not whip through them, but as we put them away, go through them in reverse. There's your big Bertha. Look at the size of that. Beautiful. Your pocket. Bit of repeat stamping. Your lovely little lily. Well, it's not a little lily, is it? Look, you know, look at the size of that. 6x6 card, I think that is. Pattern building. Brilliant for pattern building. I'm actually thinking this we might have to do on fabric, because I think that will look lovely on fabric. Lovely DL. Nice size that for a DL, isn't it? Very simple from me. Just stamped in your corners. Lovely use of your leaves on that one. Again, another leafy one. Then we've got big caterpillar. Should name the caterpillar, shouldn't we? Just using a bit of our flower darler on that one. And if you look as well, I've got bits of embossing powder everywhere on that. So that sentiment's perfect, isn't it, for me? Especially when it comes to embossing. I've got another one using those lovely little leaves. And then finally, where we started, right back at the beginning, just a plain and simple coloured in one. But I hope if you've got your kit, if you've got your monthly make, you will have found some inspiration in somewhere in all of that lot. But it's a good size one. It is quite fun as well, because on this one, don't forget to colour in your little ones around the edge as well. I'll just hold that one up. There you go. Which is where I think that'll really work for Christmas, which it should do. Oh, come on, focus. Thank you. A Christmas colour themed one. Right. So, you've not told me which is your favourite sentiment. Well, you might have done. Hang on, let me zip back in. Oh no. Right. So, quick look back at the stamps in your kit. Then we'll get on and do a little bit of crafting, shall we? So those are your two sentiments. Don't be afraid to be great. Imperfection is beautiful. And then we've got those lovely big stamp with a mini version, your leaves and your little flourishes. I've had loads of fun playing with this one, you can probably tell. There we go. Right. So, should have a bit of a play. This is the moment where I suddenly go, oh, where did I put my stamps? No, I did. I pulled them out so we could use them tonight. So I have got here, I think it's about a 7.5 inch card. So what I wanted to do was, because I know on reveal nights we never get much time, do we, to craft it along. So I wanted to do something really quick. I meant to pull this card out before and I forgot. Where'd he gone? This one. Do really like this one. I think it's quite, well, it's a really simple one to do, but I am going to change it up a little bit, because you know me, I can never do two things. Right, so let's get my stamps here. This big one, you're going to need either a stamping platform or a poly mount. Yep. And I've also found with this one that I had to use my stamping mat. I'm just trying to think, where did I put it? So, when you're popping it onto your, I was looking for a clean, an empty bit of space, desk then. When you put it onto your stamp base or your poly mount or anything, when you put it down, just make sure you don't get any bubbles behind it, because once you get bubbles behind it, that's when you're gonna, it's almost like setting yourself up to fail. If you don't have it on there perfectly, see, no bubbles. Yep. Size of it, it's huge. And like I said, I have, let me see if it's down here, it is, oh thank goodness, I have been using a stamp mat with mine as well, just to make sure, because it's got quite a lot of detail in there, that it does come out. And I've got gammy hands onto it at the moment, so there we go. Sorry, that was a fun one. There we go. Right, so I've got my stamping mat. I use mine upside down, only because the other side's really bad. And I've got my stamp. So what I want to do is, I actually want to do a few. So what do you reckon? One on each corner? Or should we just go for it and try and get the whole? No, I'm going to stick to two. Right, so I'm going to plonk them basically in the corners. So what should we use? Should we use a bit of Brusho? Should we use, we haven't used Brusho in a while, have we? Let's go for it, shall we? What colours are on my desk? Nothing exciting. Let's go for, oh, a bit of violet. I love that violet. And I'm trying not to use gamboge, because you know I always do. So let's go for lemon. Ooh, that's a bit. Ooh, I am still here. I'm thinking. I'm looking and thinking at the same time. I am going to be naughty and I am going to go for gamboge. That's always on my desk. Right. So all I'm going to do is sprinkle a little bit of my Brushos on there. I want to keep it to my corners where it's going to be under my stamp, so I'm going to have a little bit of a gamboge, and then I should really not do this on my stamping mat, should I? Just move that back down there for a second. I was jumping the gun. And then I'm just going to pop a little bit of my violet behind here. And we're going to spritz it, and then we might decide we want to put some more on there. So I'm just going to give it a quick spritz on my stamps. I had cleaned my desk as well tonight. I'm going really gentle. And can you see I've kind of put my gamboge in the middle and then my violet around it. Method in my madness at times. Like that. Before I go any further, I'll put that one there. And that one's going to go there. I think that should look alright, shouldn't it? I'm just going to tidy up the bit underneath. There. I'm just going to whack it with my heat gun. Oops. The cables aren't in the right place. There we go. Remember, I'm working on cream, so your colours will look a little bit different. Be a bit more muted. Yep. That one up there. Don't know why I waggle it around like I do. Yep, just get it all dry. Grumbly tumbly there. I've probably got away with that one once because of the heat one. Just want to make sure this is dry, so I'm just going to quickly jump onto the back. Tell you what would maybe look nice. Now my card isn't that thick, it's probably about a 200 GSM I'm working with tonight, not my usual 300 GSM, so it is quite wavy at the moment, but it just means I need to put a little bit of extra tape on when I come to make it into a card. Come on, Facebook's just kicked me out again. Been in and out like a yo-yo. Right, so you can see the shapes we've already got, can't we? But I'm going off piste, so what I need to make sure is my stamp is clean. It doesn't look very clean, so let me just give it a quick spritz. So what I want to do is I'm just going to stamp a couple of these flowers in the background. And I can never do the same thing twice, can I? So I'm just going to grab my violet. I'm going to pop a little bit on my desk. Come on, there we go. Just get a quick spritz. And I am really watering it down because I don't want it to overpower. My stamp in here. And remember, Brusho is going to colour your stamp, it's not going to damage it though. So knock off any extra bits. Now decision times. I think I've been inspired by a few mum's samples, you know, where she's got those lovely like muted images in the background. In there. I'm going to come on, I didn't really put enough in there. can see you're starting to get those lovely flowers. Watercolour images. I'll get my words. I will. I'm going to put this one here. Ooh, didn't pick anything up on that one. This is why Brusho is fun, isn't it? It just goes everywhere. Put that one down there. And now I think I'm going to change my mind again. I do like to change my mind a bit, don't I? Look at those colours in there. Yay, loving that. Now I think black is going to stand out way too much. It's actually turning out quite subtle, isn't it? I've got Brusho everywhere, so I'm just going to give it a quick spritz. I'm just dancing with my poly plate in my hand, my poly mount. I won't care, but I said to myself, oh, my desk's looking tidy tonight. No, it's not. You always end up working in a tiny space, don't you? Right, there we go. Nice clean desk again. Now this, I'm loving how this is muted. If I came along with my big black ink and popped that on there, I think it'd just be a bit too much. So I think I'm going to go with a grey and keep it a nice, more pastel shade. Yeah, pastel-y, more muted shades, I think. I'm just making sure this is dry because we're going to go right ahead in a minute and stamp over the top. There's me saying we'd do something really simple tonight. Now, let's change it up, shall we? Right. See, you could get away with just popping a sentiment on that, couldn't you? And that could look quite nice. Let's uncurl it again. Now, I want... Oh, I never clean my stamp off. So let's just give that a quick spritz so I don't get too much purple coming and getting me. Now, I've got a choice. I can either use my VersaFines. Now, I want something that's going to be permanent. So, normally I'd go to my VersaFines. But I think my grey's running out. So, I have got watering can set on my desk. My archival. So, I'm going to use that one. Because I do like watering can. Right. There we go. I've got a clean stamp. Woof. There we go. I'm back in again. Yay! So I'm just going to ink this one up. Key with, if you're using your archivals, over ink it. It's the best way. Ooh, stamping mat as well. See, sometimes... There you go, I'm going to stamp this bottom bit first. So get it set up so you're not going to be all over the place with it. I have to move my sleeves up or else I am getting archival on them. Something went really chilly this afternoon. It's like, oh, let's go and find a long sleeve top. There you go. So make sure you over ink your archival. Make sure you actually ink it in places. There we go. And then... I don't know why I'm turning it round, because there's no right and wrong with this one. I want to work a bit quicker than I am. And we're going to throw it down about there, and then really give it a good press. Yep, because it's such a big image, you want to make sure you get all your leaves, all your details. You can, if you've not got a stamping mat, you could take it off your table, flip it and stamp it from the other side, but just make sure you've got no ink around you. There you go now. Nearly. That's me faffing about. I nearly said something else then. Got that little bit there that I didn't want to stamp. I faffed a bit too much after I put my ink on it. Let's do this corner. If it's really bugging me, we'll go back in a minute. Give it a real good ink up. This one again. Oh, I nearly did it again. Right, splat it on there. I've got no strength in my hands at all at the moment, so I am making it look a lot harder than it is. I've almost not inked that bit. Anyway, you get the idea. It's there. Yeah? And now I'm half toying with the idea of putting a bit more colour on there as well. Maybe not. It's weird, you're all very quiet tonight. Whoops. I've come back. There we go. Right. So, I'm going to grab one of my charcoal pencils. I'm just going to add a little bit in there. So any of these leaves that are on top, it's just going to get a little bit of shading in there. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it, it's just started raining. A little bit of here. Let's just pop that back in that I didn't ink up. There we go. It's a bit better, isn't it? I think I know which stain's going on this one. There we go, right. Nearly there. That was doing well. Squeaky chair's not been too squeaky. Right. So I'm quite liking this. I'm loving this bit. Yeah. Right. So now we need a sentiment. I'm going to put that to one side. Definitely think it needs to be imperfection. So that cream, it is indeed. Got a little bit of cream there. And what I am going to do, I'm going to take some of that inspiration from Mum again. And so I always use if I'm using a card base, so in this case I was using a cream set of pre-cut cards. To make sure it's the same cream on the front, I'll cut it in half, you know, to make the bit I'm going to work on. Did that make sense? do 1.5. Oops. There we go. You know, because then you don't get a different tone, do you? There's nothing worse than going to stamp something and or getting to put it all together and you've got a different shade of white card to what your base card is. Yeah. Sometimes I embrace that, but not today. Sometimes I just sacrifice one of the cards out of the pack. So it all ties in nicely. So I have kind of rough cut that down to the size we are going to want. There we go. So you can see that's all going to fit on there beautifully. I think I can get rid of that now. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to grab the violet, there it is. Pop a little bit on my table again. But this time I want the smaller one. There we go. I want to pop that one on there. Because that's a nice thing, isn't it, about having the different sizes. Right in there. I haven't washed this one and it's got black ink on it, so this will be interesting. Put that on there. There we go. There we go. Yep, you can see that. And then, just because I've got a load of Brusho left on my desk, I'm just going to be very careful picking it up, and then I'm just going to do a bit of a dip, just to edge it. You know, like if you had your like distress oxides or something like that, you'd go around the edge. Well, sometimes it's nice to do that with Brusho as well. There we go. You can see you just got that lovely edge. Oops, that was a bit of a roar. There we go. I'm determined to keep my desk cleaner. I love the little bit crackling. And this is where I think I've changed my mind as to what base card I'm putting it on as well. I just want to make sure this is dry, because there's nothing worse than trying to stamp onto wet Brusho. Well, if we're stamping onto wet oxide, that would be worse. It just makes it a bit slippy and it doesn't always want to. Just makes it a bit harder for yourself, doesn't it, if you're stamping onto something that's wet. There we go. Alright, which way? See, that's interesting. If we look at our saying, yeah, I've got a big space here, and I've got a big space here. So where I've got my bigger flowers, I'm going to put those spaces in so you see more of my flower. Yeah, because if I did it the other way, I don't know if you can quite see through my stamp, I should have checked that first. If I hold it up, if I do it this way, oh, it's the same, isn't it? Oh, cool. Oh, I quite like it that way. Yeah, you see you've got those lovely big flowers coming through. Right, so where's my black? There it is. Make sure you ink him up. It reminds me, you know the effect we've got using our Brusho in the background? It reminds me of some fabric. Those lovely watercolour effect fabrics. Yeah, there we go. Stand that on there. So imperfection. Right. So I'm going to turn this round a bit. or I think I might do it that way. That's quite nice, doesn't it? There we go. Right, we're going to go that way, and then I'm going to grab that little piece. Is big enough. Oh, look at that! It's like it was almost meant for it. Oh, absolutely! Look at that, perfect fit. Don't know where my glue is, so I'm going to use my glossy accents. I'm going to stick it down. I know I need to trim it, but I can't decide if I want to just doodle around that edge as well. Can't decide. Back on there. I think I'm going to, because at the moment it's not jumping out quite enough. I'm just going to grab my black doodle pen, and so I'm just going to frame my sentiment a bit more, because I've used the craft card in the background. Ooh, I'm pressing on too much there. Ooh, did you hear my pen? It's going, no, stop doing that. Okay, we're just going to add a little squiggle in there, and I'll come on up here. So that will go back in there. I've got my doodle pens now in range, so I'm just going to start adding onto these bits. I did. I don't know whether I'll show it. Oh well, I'll show it you. It's got screwed up because, well, it fell on the floor and I think where it gone. I did start doodling in one today, but didn't quite get round to finishing it. When I opened up my packet, there was a that one was still, wasn't stamped, wasn't coloured or anything, and I literally had my black pen and I just sat doodling in it. And it was so relaxing. So we might have to do that. So I'm just literally, oh thanks Mum. I didn't know if it was quite right though. Which is why it's halfway to the bin. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of detail into, not detail, dots, because it's a dot, isn't it? It's got to have. Oh, I didn't mean to do those bits. Never mind. Should concentrate one thing at a time. Add a few little dots in here. If you had a really nice dark background, you could put could really go for town, and you know, like I've done on that one I coloured in, put extra dots and dashes and really get doodling in them. But I'm not going to make you watch me just sit and do doodling one. Right, I'm going to stop there. Step away from the doodle pens. Yeah. And then I think, let me just go and grab the craft card. Or you can hear things crashing down around me. There's everything. So I'll grab this one. There we go. I think that makes it just popping it on too. Not that it's got a very big. Oh, that sounds lovely. Lovely, Pauline. You know, it hasn't got a very big border on it, but I think, yeah. So our inspiration was this one. but we've just toned it back a little bit. I'm loving these. I'm loving this Brusho in the background. I think it's made it on this bigger card, hasn't it? Whereas on this one, it's just splatted oxide. Whereas actually having those flowers in the background looks like it's part of like a bouquet or something like that. Yeah? Right. I'm not going to glue that down. Well, I might do. Yeah. Well, I've got my glossy accents in front of me. Normally I'd use my glue, but I know it's glooped up. Pop that on there. Yep, should put extra. This one, this is only a 6x6. So you can see this is 6x6. This one is just under 8 inch because they're pre-packed cards. So they're just under 8 inch. Yeah, so that's a little 6 inch, which is a true 6 inch, because I've made that one. Whereas it's about a 7 3/4 inch, but it does work nicely on both sizes, doesn't it? Let's just pop that there. You know what, I've got my glossy accents with me now, so let's just get these little dots, because it's dots, we need to glossy accents dots, don't we? Especially when my glossy accents wants to work. You know, that's a rare occasion. Around the edge. Do, do, do. There we go. I'll leave that like that. Could always do the centres as well. Or actually, I'm going now. Let's hope it wants to work again. I'm not going to do the whole of the centre. I'm just going to do a few little bits. So I've just done the edge, because if you filled in that centre, it's a lot of glossy accents, really, isn't it? So I've just filled in my edge, just like that. And some of these big dots. There we go. Right. I'm going to pop that on there now. Decision time. Which way did I stick it? That way. Quite like if you did it as it folds at the top. I know I've changed my mind. How many different ways has this card decided it's going tonight? Foam pads. Oh, there we go. It's just 3 looking at me going, please stick me on your card. Normally I would glossy accent my foam pads before I stuck them on, to make sure when people pop up them on top of like their fireplaces or on their windowsills where they're going to get nice and hot, your glue doesn't start to fade. I'm just going to pop that. Would look nice with a little bit of floof on there as well, you know, the netting stuff. But I do quite like that. Yep, so we'll pop that there. And that was what we got inspired from. Oh, and they've got different sentiments. How cool is that? Wasn't planned. Come on, move up. There we go. I like that one. It's growing on me. Like a beautiful bouquet of flowers. Oh, thanks, Ina. I'll have to keep an eye out for your box. I think it's taking the scenic route. So, let me go back to that one. There we go. That's it. That's our August box. So just to recap, in the box you get, I should have done this under the other one, you get your lovely flower darla. Yep. You get your Don't Be Afraid to Be Great. And you get Imperfection is Beautiful. Yep. And get a super sized pencil. How cool is that? Oh, thank you all. So that's it for me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what's in this month's box, and we've got loads and loads of inspiration to share using this month's box because Mum is back. Yay! Not that she's been anywhere, she's just been out of action. Yeah, so welcome back, Mum. I do have something else to tell you. We're back. When are we back? We are back on Friday at 8 o'clock. Not 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock on Friday. Back to Fridays for a few weeks, well, for this week anyway. So yeah, we're back on Friday at 7 o'clock. I hope you can join me for then. I think that's everything. So I hope you have enjoyed this box. I hope those of you who have got it are having lots and lots of fun with it. Oh, thank you all for your lovely comments as well. So that's it from me tonight. Thank you all. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you all hopefully on Friday at 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.